if you want to stop winging it and start steering your career, you need a strategic career plan. Let's be honest, most of us don't plan our careers, we react. We react to opportunities, chase what looks good on paper, and hope it all somehow adds up. Now, if you want to stop winging it and start steering your career, you need a strategic career plan. Think of it like your personal GPS, connecting where you are today to where you want to go. So every step actually moves you closer to your dreams. Take my client, Jerry. He wanted a seat in the C-suite, and his mentor told him an MBA was key. So Jerry applied to several Ivy League programs, his heart set on Stanford. When he got the rejection email, big ouch, his mentor called in a favor to get some feedback, and it turns out that Jerry's resume lacked a big win. He needed something to help him stand out from the crowd. So they got to work. Over the next year, Jerry led a project that showed real leadership and delivered major results. And he reapplied to Stanford, and this time he got in. And that's the power of a strategic career plan. It keeps you focused on the long game, helps you adapt when things go sideways, because inevitably that always happens, and it reminds you that progress isn't about overnight wins. It's about intentional, sustained effort that pays off over time. So stick with me. We're going to unpack what made Jerry's plan work and how you can use the same approach to shape your next chapter. So I'm going to walk you through what to include, what to avoid, and how to shift from letting your career happen to actually running the show. Hi, I'm Laverne McKinnon, and welcome to the Moonshot Mentor community. If you're navigating a career transition, whether you're stepping up, getting started, or making a pivot, you're in the right place. Because I'm a career strategist and a grief coach, and I love to help people going through career changes sort through the noise, spiritually, strategically, and tactically, so you can make moves that actually feel really aligned for you. Now, there's never any need to go it alone. We can find your next move together. And if you enjoy this video, remember to subscribe to my channel for weekly videos covering all kinds of career moves. Let's jump in. There's a lot to cover. There are 4 key elements to building a strategic career plan. The first, clarify your vision and purpose. What does success actually look like for you? Think of vision as your destination and purpose as the engine that drives you there. So are you motivated by creativity, leadership, making an impact? Getting clear on this gives your decisions direction and keeps your goals aligned with your values. Second, create goals and objectives. Big dreams need small, specific steps. So goals are the big picture outcomes, like become a vice president within 5 years, while objectives are the measurable action steps that get you there. Lead 3 cross-departmental projects in the next 18 months. So think of goals as the headline and objectives as the fine print that makes it real. 3, conduct a SWOT analysis. Now, this is a marketing tool that I have my clients use to assess their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's where the SWOT comes through. Now, before you map any move, you need to know your landscape. So identifying your strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat gives you a snapshot of the lay of the land, where you shine, where you can grow, and what's happening around you that might help or hinder your progress. This step grounds your plan in reality. And then 4 is identify milestones and metrics. Milestones mark your key moments, like completing a certification, landing a leadership role, publishing an article. Metrics measure impact, like boosting team performance by 20% or expanding your network by 50 new contacts. Tracking both, it's going to keep you honest and motivated and very clear on your wins, which I want you to celebrate every single time, no matter how small. Now, what's important to remember is that a strategic plan isn't chiseled in stone. It's meant to evolve as you evolve, because you're going to have new data, experiences, and insights, and they're going to shape your plan, and that's a good thing. Personally, I like to revisit these headline elements, those 4 things, at least once a year to see what needs a tweak or course correction. Now, I know that I've thrown a lot of information at you, so let's bring these 4 elements alive by revisiting Jerry, our C-suite hopeful that we met earlier. When we last left him, he just turned a Stanford rejection into a powerful lesson about clarity and perseverance. So let's look at how he built his strategic career plan step by step using these 4 elements. So here's the thing. Jerry wasn't chasing a title for ego's sake. He actually had a very big moonshot. He wanted to be a lead in fintech because he cared deeply about access. His moonshot was to make wealth-building tools available to everyday people, even those who could only invest $50 at a time. That was his vision and purpose, to use leadership as a way to open financial doors that had long been closed to too many people. Now, to move that vision into motion, he needed very clear goals and objectives. And the first was pretty straightforward. It was to earn an MBA from a top-tier program like Stanford that would give him practical tools, broaden his network, and give him a stamp of credibility. Once he earned his MBA, he would determine the next set of goals and objectives to achieve his vision. So next came his SWOT analysis. Jerry's strengths included sharp analytical thinking and the ability to navigate complex systems. His weaknesses? He hadn't yet proven his leadership impact on a major stage. Opportunities included his mentor's network and a company ready for fresh ideas. The threats were real too: fierce competition for top MBA programs and limited recognition at work. Now, seeing this all laid out in writing, it really helped him target where he needed to take bold, meaningful action. So Jerry launched a cross-departmental initiative to improve client onboarding. This was a persistent problem in his organization, so it was really smart of him to tackle that. But it wasn't easy. He had to rally skeptical teammates, he had to make a lot of tough calls, and he had to stay centered when the project hit a lot of turbulence. What helped him was tracking milestones and metrics religiously: monthly project reviews, measurable efficiency gains, and client retention rates, so that by the year's end, he could really see how his team improved onboarding efficiency by 30%, and he cut costs as well. So when Jerry reapplied to Stanford, he had a story worth telling, one that blended purpose, proof, and progress. Now, his essays weren't about ambition. They reflected alignment. He didn't just get in. He stepped into this next chapter of his career with a renewed sense of confidence and a really clear direction for the impact that he wanted to make and the steps that he needed to take to get there. Jerry's plan wasn't perfect. Nothing ever is. And so it evolved as he did. And that's the beauty of having a strategy rooted in purpose. It gives you something solid to lean on when things change and a clear way to measure progress when doubt creeps in. His story is proof that when you approach your career with curiosity and intention, even a setback can become a step forward. Bottom line, a strategic career plan isn't about predicting every turn. It's about creating a framework that keeps you aligned with your purpose while staying open to change. When you take time to clarify what matters most, set meaningful goals, and check in with yourself regularly, you're going to stop drifting and you're going to start leading and steering your career. Progress is not going to always be linear. In fact, very rarely will it be linear. But with intention, you're always going to be moving forward. Now, if you have questions or challenges that are bubbling up, join me this Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for my first live coaching. It's going to happen on Substack, and it's a perk for paid members. Now, to become a member, it's only $5 a month, and you get exclusive journal prompts, weekly meditations, workshops, along with live monthly coaching calls with me. I hope you'll join, and you can do this by going to moonshotmentor.substack.com. A very big thank you to Amanda Kenny for the editing and social media expertise, and to Lauren Deacon, who manages the Moonshot Mentor brand and operations. Thank you, though, most of all, for spending time with me today. I know how valuable your time is, and I'm so glad to be a resource and support to you. I hope I get to see you on Thursday at 12:30, and until next week, though, keep going after your moonshot.